All right, welcome back With All Due Respect. And before we went for the break, we're doing some ground setting of understanding what a cult is, the characteristics, in terms of the Shakahola situation. You know, at times I'm not too sure because from where my parents come from, Shakahola, and then it's horror. It becomes quite, I have to be very deliberate about what I'm saying when I'm saying that, and what it means legally in terms of what the government is looking to do. And I think, Reverend, you wanted to add on something in regards to the characteristics of a cult.
Yeah, it's very easy to look at cult only from the lenses of spirituality.
Okay.
But I think it's good to broaden our understanding of cultism in a bigger context.
Okay.
You know, cultism forms around either a spiritual or a political leader, around religion and political ideologies. That is something that you see across. And my argument is, Mackenzie is not a person per se. He represents characters that we have, either in religious circles as well as political circles. In one of the shows that I did in a different station, and I was warning people when the government came and wanted to portray itself as very spiritual. I told people, stop. Political and religious cultism put together is very, very dangerous. And let me tell you, some of this cultism, whether political or religious, thrive in an environment like that one, where even the government is seen to look like a church, like a religious movement. Many people take advantage of such situations because the government has created an environment. And I want to argue that the problem that you have seen with Mackenzie, the politicians are the ones who fertilized it and made it even grow.
How so?
Look, where do politicians like to sell their agenda mostly? It is in the church. And the reason why many pastors would not challenge governments is because they are so compromised by politicians, and politicians literally buy spaces in churches. When I became the provost of All Saints, the first thing that I told my members was that in this church, for the time I'll be here, no single politician will ever use this podium. They clapped. I told them, let me repeat so that you understand what I mean. Those people you support there, I'll never allow them here. The definition of anybody who comes here is a worshiper. And you can check for the years that I've been there, everybody who comes there. Because what right do a politician have over a doctor? And so cultism grows around people that are influential and around ideologies that could either be political or religious. But to add on, my brother, there are a number of signs that you can see. And number one is authoritarianism. Again, that fits whether it is in religion or whether it is in politics, where you have people who are godlike, where people are idolized and they become like God. And that's why their word then becomes the only word. The number two is isolation. When you see somebody, especially religious leaders, telling you to isolate yourself, and they start that by criticizing others, criticizing your family, criticizing other pastors, criticizing the government. They isolate you. You start knowing there is danger. And so the image that they create is that one person who influences. The third one